And Lamott wrote, almost anything will work again if you unplug it for a few moments. Even you. Right? Our phones, our computers. I had to laugh this morning when I got here and hook up the electronics. I had to restart my computer, had to plug it out, unplug it and plug it back in, had to do the same thing with the monitor. It's like, wow, how does the universe know what we're working on? We all need to be unplugged once in a while. So, winter traditionally is a time when nature rests, when it strengthens its roots, and it prepares for the spring and for summer. We on Maui don't know much about winter because it feels pretty much the same all year round around here. But the journey we're on today is about going within and connecting with the roots within us and looking at them and realizing what is it that is at the root of who we are? What is at the root of what Spirit desires to express as us? And we too need to rest, need to exercise, need to rejuvenate ourselves and revitalize. Our busy lives can sometimes cause us to become overwhelmed and overstimulated, yeah. Even on Maui, yeah. Causing us sometimes to disconnect from our heart, to disconnect from our mind. And this disconnection can create anxiety or discomfort or fear, or even a sense of separation from the things that we absolutely know are true. So, today we're going to embark on what I'm calling a journey through the gifts of winter, a spiritual retreat. So today's service and what I'm inviting us into in the next month is to see this time as a retreat for ourselves. And so I'm going to show you and give you some materials to help you experience this retreat together with us. And so let's look at the next month, and I'm going to have this theme for the next month to be that we are going to join each other and be with ourselves in this retreat. You know, the purpose of a retreat is to help us investigate our souls, to get clarity, to get rest, and to connect with our divine self. So I encourage you to participate as fully as you can. And I'll provide you with activities over the next month to give you some opportunity to, on a daily basis, really, to practice this with us. I'm going to suggest meditation. I'm going to suggest exercise. I'm going to suggest contemplation. And this is all to help us prepare for a transformational spring and really for an ability to step beyond and step into, to rise up, as our daily word is today, to the fullness of who we are. And we also will be having Zoom meetings on Thursday evenings. And it's not mandatory, but I'd like to see you participate because this is, part of our retreat is coming together and sharing what we're experiencing and sharing that and supporting each other in that sharing. So I'll put the link to the Zoom meeting in our newsletter this week, and our first Zoom meeting will be this coming Thursday. I had a time of revelation this week. Nick and I got together and created a video, a promo video for this talk, and then I went home and started putting it together, and doggone it, wouldn't you know, Spirit changed its mind. Did it ever happen to you? It's like, I really thought that I had this idea that I'm going to do this thing, and then all of a sudden, everything changed. So, whenever this happens, I like to quote Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, who said, "I reserve the right to change my mind." And isn't that a great thing? It was perceived at one time that strength was holding to your idea, right? Now I think that strength is having the ability to say, you know what, I have a different idea now. And so our Sunday talks and all the activities in between will be about taking this retreat together. So this talk is titled Nurturing Our Roots. And I've structured today like it's a retreat that we're experiencing together, except we won't be interacting together, but we'll be following an agenda like a retreat. And today's activities, the first thing we're going to do is set some objectives. These are all things that often happen in retreats. And then we're going to do a releasing exercise to become present. We're going to do some chair yoga. We are going to do a contemplative exercise. We'll have a meditation. We'll have some special music. We'll have hula. And we will take an offering and do some announcements. And we'll end with a prayer for protection. So, are you with me? Okay, so we're going to start off right away. Take out your passport book or the piece of paper that you have. And I'm inviting you to list a few personal objectives that you would like to accomplish spiritually or physically, mentally for the next month. And we'll just take just a couple minutes, so write a few things down and you can always add to them later. What would you like to do in the next month? What would you like to do different that's going to really lift you up and spring you forward and rise you forth? What would that be? How would you like to be in the next month? Thank you for our wonderful staff here buzzing around, making sure everybody has paper. And you watching at home, I hope that you'll participate as well. Next month is going to be really about participating. I know you'll get to the level that you participate, you'll get out of this time together in this retreat. So we'll just take another minute, and this is a list that you can continue to add to it. As we go on, you can continue to add to this list. Okay, about another 30 seconds. All right. Rumi said, "Be like a tree and let the leaves drop." Often a spiritual retreat begins with an exercise in letting go. This is an opportunity to let go of anything that might be keeping you, keeping me from being present right now, in this moment, for this time together this morning. So this first activity, we're going to practice letting go. And we're going to begin with just kind of reflect. I invite you to close your eyes. And I hope that you have, each person here has 2 chairs. And there's a reason that we did this, so I hope that you have an extra chair beside you. And at home, you can do the same if that's appropriate. Now I invite you to just kind of check in, to breathe, and just be present to what you're feeling right now. Maybe you feel some anxiousness or some disappointment that this talk isn't going to be what you expected. And if that's the case, I invite you just to recognize that. Maybe you feel some fear, disappointment, misunderstanding. Maybe something that happened to you on the way here this morning, or something that's in the scope of your life is bothering you. And I invite you just to see what that is. And kind of imagine that you can give it a shape, you can give it a color, you can give it a feeling. And imagine that it's right there in front of you. That you could even hold it. And you can actually see it. Whatever that is, whatever resistance that is to being present right now. And in a moment, we're going to release this. But before we do so, let's bless it. Know that it has shown up for a reason, if nothing else, just to be let go of. To bless it, and we give thanks for it, and we bless it. And in a moment, I'm going to invite you to stand up and move to the other chair. And as you do that, set this energy on the chair that you're leaving. So we're going to leave all that behind. And I invite you to do that now. And as you sit down, to realize that this is a fresh start. This is a fresh way to start this day, to start this workshop, this time together. And now you are a pure reflection and essence of spirit. And I invite you to breathe into that newness. And to feel a new kind of energy. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. Let's say that together. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. Now I invite you to take your passport book or the paper you're writing on, and just in a sentence to write what you released. You might say something like, I lovingly released the anxiousness I was feeling. I lovingly release the doubt I had. I lovingly released, and you can say it in the past tense, I lovingly released fear, judgment. And now just say thank you to yourself for releasing this totally. Giving thanks for this moment. To be present right here, right now. And now we're going to do some chair yoga. You know, the reason to involve activity in a retreat is to remind us of the importance of exercising. And it's also a way of moving energy, which is what this is about today. You know, we know that as we move our bodies, we refresh our minds, and we connect with spirit. And so the exercise that we're going to do today is a way of embodying that. And I invite you also, as part of this retreat time the next month, to find some exercise that you enjoy, be it yoga, or walking, something that you do that nourishes your body. Chair yoga has many benefits, including having a low impact on the joints, improving flexibility, reducing stress, helping to manage pain, improving circulation, and improving our balance. And I have a few pictures of the exercises we're going to do today on the back table if anyone is interested in following up with them. So let's begin the first one. So I just invite you to sit up in your chair with your arms at your side. So basically, I'll show you first what we're going to do, and then we'll do it 3 times together. So first, you're going to take a breath and reach your arms and hold them up. Then exhale and let them fall down. And as you do this, engage your core so that you're sitting up straight. You're not slouching in your chair, but you're actively being aware of your spine and allowing the energy to move up and down your spine. So again, okay, now for the first time, hold our hands down, and as we take a breath, stretch your hands up. Hold it for a second. And then relax. And I encourage you to let your breath be heard. So breathe in and breathe out so that it's your mind and body are conscious of what you're doing, and it's a full inhalation and exhalation. Let's do it the second time. Breathing in. And is this the second time? Third, okay, let's do it one more time. Breathing in. So that's overhead stretch. This one's called reverse arm hold. So we're going to begin with our arms out to the side. And so this time we're going to inhale and move our hands behind us, arch your back forward and stretch so that you can feel it in your shoulders. Okay, so let's go to the beginning position is here. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out and put your hands behind your back. And stretch your shoulders. And back to the original position. Breathe in. And put your arms back. Exhale. And then the third time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stretch. letting go of any tension in the neck or shoulders. And breathe in and return to this beginning position. And then relax your arms. So let's do it one more time and say it, do it as we do this affirmation. So it looks like, I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. So you'll breathe in and then say it together. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and release, and I am renewed. Let's do it again. Breathing in. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. The third exercise we'll do today is called connecting with our roots. And our roots are kind of our essence. It's getting in touch with what feeds you. So, because what feeds us is what allows us to really operate in this world and in our lives in a powerful way. A lot of people don't, we work on the body here and the ideas here, but we don't think about what is below the surface. What is really important to you? What is something that really nurtures you? And that's what we're going to discover in this exercise, is to really look in and say, what is it that, and I tap into my higher self. It seems like the lower self, but it's not. When I tap into my higher self, what is the essence and the root of who I am and who Spirit wants to be as me? All right, so I invite you to take a breath. Close your eyes. And let's just really relax. Focusing your attention on your breath. With full inhalations and exhalations. And as you breathe, feel your body move. Feel the fullness in your chest as you inhale. And in the same way when you exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. And imagine that you can take this journey to your heart. Perhaps even to picture your heart in your mind's eye. And as we've talked recently, science shows that the heart has 40,000 brain-like receptors, brain-like cells. And it's believed that we operate at our fullest when our brain and our heart are connected. So imagine that you can take this journey up your spine from your heart into your brain. Imagine that there's a highway of energy and light running between your heart and your mind and your brain. That there's an exchange of energy, of thoughts and feelings, love, light. And as you continue to breathe, know that in this place of connection is where spirit lies. This is where your truth lies. This is where your essence lives. And so in this safe, connected place, ask your higher self, what can I do or be during this winter workshop that will nurture me and really make me feel happy? And we'll take just a few moments to really listen and ask your higher self to be really specific. If your higher self advises you to spend more time writing poetry, you could say, about what? What are some topics? If your higher self says, exercise more, ask your higher self, tell me more. What kind of exercise? Yoga or walking or biking or swimming? And where? At the beach? At Eo Valley? Tell me more. And let's rest for a moment in the silence and listen. And now I invite you to bring your awareness back to this moment. And remind you to take action with whatever you received quickly. Don't put it off till next week or next month. But to really affirm that you're listening to your higher self, do it soon. And now I invite you to take out your journal and write down for a moment or two what you received. And as you write, you might even picture yourself doing it. Imagine the feeling that you'll get, the satisfaction, the joy in doing whatever you listed. So it's like you're embracing and embodying that feeling right now, what you love about it. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. Let's say that together. I lovingly care for my mind, body, and soul, and I am renewed. Well, at this time, I invite you to prepare your love offerings. And as you give, to be like these women, to give in love. To love is to give, and to give is to love. And in the way that we give, you might have noticed, the more love you give, the more love you receive. And giving of our talent and our treasure is the same. When we give, we open ourselves up to receive from the universe. We open I like to think, we even open our soul up to receive that which is present in our lives to nurture us. So as you give to Unity on Maui this morning, I invite you to give from that place, knowing that as you give, you open to receiving what your soul desires and what is perfect for you. And I invite you to hold your gifts, and let's affirm and pray together our prayer, our affirmation of prosperity, which begins, through a grateful giving heart, my mind and life overflow with the abundance of God's all-providing, infinite supply. And so it is. Thank you, loving Spirit, for these gifts that have come to us in love. We hold them, we bless them, we give thanks for them, and know that they move through this ministry and out into the world. And we behold a world filled with light, with peace, and with love. And so it is. And all of you watching on Facebook, you can also donate to Unity on Maui by going to our webpage, www.unityonmaui.org, and making a safe donation there by pushing the donate button or sending a donation to us at Unity Church of Maui, 483 South High Street in Wailuku. And thank you for that. Oh, we've got just a couple announcements today. Today's flowers are offered by Kealoha in honor of Kailani's husband, Mark Jackson. Now, is it his birthday also? Is that? Oh, here she comes. Come on in here. We're talking about you. Why don't you say something about your husband?
You know, I can always talk about him. I just want to say, yesterday was my husband. He would have been 62. He transitioned from this earth 4 years ago. And one of the things I love to do is honor him in that way continuously, even though he's not here. Happy birthday. But all of you that ever meet me and become my family, friends, or close associates, if you find any joy, any love, any happiness in being in my presence, it's a result of who he was in my life and all of the gifts he gave me and the ways he opened my heart to be who I am today. So I honor him in that way. Everything I am is, of course, because of Spirit, but Spirit through him as well. So thank you.
Did you ever see any joy or light or life in Kailani? And if you'd like to offer flowers on Sunday morning, there's a sign-up sheet on the back table, and you can sign that and put how you'd like these flowers to be donated or offered to, and we'll be glad to mention them and have them grace us as this beautiful bouquet that Kealoha created behind us. Wow. All right, let's see. Oh, this coming Saturday. Wow. Anybody like to hike in here? Anybody like to walk in here? Have you ever been to the Makawao Trail Loop? This is an amazing, it is a 6-mile hike, but it's mostly flat and it's mostly shaded and just the most gorgeous hike. This is happening next Saturday, and love to have you be a part of it. We're going to meet at the Makawao Trail Loop parking lot at 1 o'clock on January 22nd. And wear some good shoes, maybe some sunscreen, bring a light jacket in case it rains. You just never know what's going to happen up there. And water, yep, and a snack if you like. And in honor of what we're doing, this retreat that we're on, we'll do the first half of the hike in silence. So if you haven't done that before, it's an amazing way to be out in nature and to really connect with the presence of who you are. So that's happening next Saturday.
Blaine, is that on Olinda Road, Olinda Forest?
Yes, Olinda Forest, right? It's not.
Is it on the Eagle? Yes. Oh, so it's not the Olinda Forest, it's the other one.
It's Makawao Forest. Okay. If you have any questions about that, you can contact Emily at 808-268-8310, and she'd be happy to tell you exactly how to get there and more information about the hike if you'd like to know. Or Katie. Yeah, Katie is also available. Katie Welch, her number is 808-652-0156. And it's going to be a lot of fun, I know. All right. So next Sunday, my talk is titled Finding Joy in Rest. And someone said, the time to relax is when you don't think you have time for it. Isn't that the truth? And somebody else said, the real problem of leisure time is how do you keep others from using it? That's funny how people come into our lives and fill us up with things to do, don't they? Just when I was taking a nap. Yeah, well, so this will be a fun Sunday as well, of looking at what are some fun things that we can do to incorporate rest into our normal activities. A great activity for this workshop that we're about. It's happening right here next Sunday at 10 o'clock, just like usual. And next Sunday is a new member class. Some people have told me they'd like to know more about Unity, become a member of Unity on Maui, and know what is Unity about. And so this class is really for anybody above. If you're just wanting to be a member, that's great. If you're wanting to know exactly what it is that Unity believes, come to this class and we'll have a fun time of sharing ideas back and forth so you can see what this unique path of unity is all about, which it is, of course, an inclusive path. And I love it that it embraces all paths to spirit. So join us. It'll happen next Sunday at noon. There is a sign-up sheet in the back. I'm being waved to. And you might want to bring your lunch, and we'll eat lunch together and safely eat lunch together, which means, I guess, doing whatever we do to keep it safe. You can't just share your food, I guess. Or I could go into that in more depth, but I think I'm embracing silliness. Not that that's ever happened before. God forbid. So that's next Sunday at 12 noon. And also, we're looking for a TV or a monitor, probably about a 40-inch one. So if you're upgrading in your house and you're getting one that fills the whole side of your wall, and you have one you'd like to donate to us that's working, we'd love to have it. We'll put it outside and give some people the opportunity to sit outside and watch our service if they choose to, and be able to hear at the same time. And you can call me if you have one or know there is one. at area code 636-675-3738. And I think that's all we have today. Oh, no, one more thing. Every service I do has a walk your talk or a summary of what I talked about on Sunday. There are some at the back table. They'll be on our in our e-blast this coming Thursday, so check for that there. Yes. Yes, thank you. Isn't it great? You know, I really like the idea that we're all one and Spirit is everywhere in all of us, because I get these reminders. You ever notice these reminders pop up in your life? Well, I was just reminded of this program that we're doing right now, this winter retreat, and there are some packets at the back table. If you're here and you don't have one, you can send me an email and let me know, and I will send you one. And my email address is blaint2@gmail.com. And it includes questions you might ponder during this retreat time. Also a calendar of activities, something to do every day, to rest, to have a warm cup of tea, to watch a sunset or a sunrise, a poem to read. So this calendar has all of those events on it. And also there is a sheet that has all the activities summarized for each day, so you can follow along. And the best part is that this packet comes with a bunch of stickers. Each sticker has a theme. Read an article, light a fire, unplug, stretch, call a friend. And you can put these stickers in your passport book. And there is a sign-up sheet in the back for anyone who would like to do that. And just a reminder, I will put the link to the Zoom meeting in our e-blast on Sunday. So I think that's about it for today. You had enough? All right, please stand up and let's affirm and pray together our prayer for protection, which begins, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. God bless you all. Thank you for being here today. Mahalo and